Hey there and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And also don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So today what we're going to be doing are two different style angel wings for Christmas. And what I'm doing first is basically painting some of these mini plastic ornaments you can get at Dollar Tree. And the reason why I'm painting them is because I wanted to get them I wanted some Christmas ornaments that were more chalk-like style. I've seen them at stores. So what I did was just basically paint these mini ornaments, all different colors from what I'm going to be using for my Christmas theme. So basically all you do is just paint one side or the top side of your ornament. And the way I do it is just kind of place them on a plate using my scissors and the ornament hook, and then painting the top. That way it'll be easier for me and I can get one coat to dry at a time. And the colors I used were basically green, reds, and some silver or gray color, you could say. It was what I used of the chalk paints. And I'll leave the colors that I use down below. So after you're done painting those, go ahead and set them aside. And then you print out an angel wing. And what I'm using here is a project board. The part that folds in is the part that I'm using. It's just a spare piece of cardboard that I had at home. And I'm just going to go ahead and trace the angel wings, both of them on here. You can easily use these or trace these out through your cardboard like I am, or even a piece of wood if you'd like, if you're kind of handy or you have someone that can cut it out for you. So once you're done tracing out, just go ahead and use an X-Acto knife or some scissors, anything sharp and with a small point, so you can go ahead and cut out your wings. And here I am just basically kind of cutting the little pieces out or of wood that I didn't like, and of cardboard. So once you're done and you have your wings, what I did was I went ahead and got another piece of cardboard to glue it to the back of my wings to attach them together. But before I glued that piece of cardboard, I got some jute twine and just placed it in the back where my wings are at so I can have something to hang my wings from. And this way I knew that jute twine was going to be nice and secure. And here I am just cutting a little piece of cardboard because I wanted to glue it to the top so you wouldn't see any of the lining. So once you're done gluing that to the back, go ahead and flip it over, which my side is the white side. And I'm getting some of this contact paper, the wood color style. This is the light color. I know they also have a darker color wood grain. So what I did was just cut a large enough piece for both of my angel wings. Did the same process, basically traced out my wings. And this time I traced the entire wing set to my contact paper. It's just going to be one large piece of contact paper. And I cut it slightly larger than my actual wings themselves, because once I've actually added the contact to my wings, you can do two things. You can either cut the edges and fold it over so your edges will be wood also of your wings, or you can just basically get an X-Acto knife or what have you once you've added them onto your wings and just flip it over and cut the excess paper off. But I wanted this part so I could have something to hold on to, and it's just easier for me this way. But you do what is easier for you, how you usually add or place your contact to any item. So once again, you just go ahead and cut out your wings from your contact paper. Let me know in the comments down below, if you do this project, are you going to use a darker tone wood grain contact paper or this lighter tone? So just go ahead and flip your angel wings to the front side And the way I started is from the bottom, which is the smallest point of my angel wings. And I'm just going to peel off the contact paper from one wing, flip it over, attach it to that side, whatever side of the wing that you took the contact off first. And I do that because I want to make sure that it all lines up. And once I've noticed, once I add the bottom, everything basically else, I just have to pull off the contact and it just lines up perfectly. I tried it the other way and my points ended up on the opposites, like far away from where I needed them. I don't know how that happens, but that's just the way I did it. So once I've added the contact paper, here's the way the angel wings look. Now you can leave them as is and you can also add contact to the back. I chose not to since I did the contact paper on the white part. I was okay with the brown part in the back. What I did was basically get my sanding block, and I use this sanding block a lot, so it's a worn out one. And I just sanded the edges of my wings, and then also I sanded the entire wing itself, just to make it more of a lighter look, weathered kind of wood look. Then I got some of this antique Waverly paint, and I added a little bit of water. This was already almost empty. It still had paint, but it was almost empty. So what I did was added a little water to it, and I use it just for this purpose only. When I want to kind of darken some edges or kind of wash something out with a darker brown, I already have it, I guess you could say, pre-mixed. So what I'm doing with this is just painting the edges of my wings so it can have kind of a darker lining. I don't know if you can see it in camera, but it does. You can see it in person. So once you're done with that, and that basically dries immediately, you can go ahead and start decorating, which is the fun part. So what I'm going to use is some white lace that I purchased at Michael's, I believe. This is just some lace that I had on hand, but always remember that when you're going to buy ribbon or lace from any other store, just go ahead and go online and try to get a coupon. There's always coupons, or they even have sometimes sales just for ribbons. So that's a great way to get some of your ribbons and stock up on them. So just go ahead and make as many bows as you like, however you'd like to make your bows. And then I got one of these winter sticks from Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is basically pull the entire stem apart and remove all the items from the stem, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use and how I'm going to use it, but I know I want to use this particular stem because of the white snow that it already has on there. These are really pretty and they're very, very well made. So I would highly recommend you guys go and pick some of these up, because I think this is something that one of those items that's going to be there one time and then it's going to disappear. So if you don't stock up or get some now while they're there before the holidays actually, or people start wanting to start decorating, they're going to run out soon. So just go ahead and start gluing any of the items that you choose to use on your wings. And I basically start with my greenery, whatever the largest greenery that I'm going to use. Or if I'm not using greenery and I'm using bows, I start with my largest bow. So I'm going to do add one to either side of the greenery to my wings. And then these are like some stick shape type things that were on the stem as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on. And here's where you can get really creative and just add whatever you like to your wings. I've seen some of these at different stores with no greenery and no bows, and they just have, like, for instance, a wooden cross, or, you know, a glammed glittery cross on there, or some smaller metal angel wings. And let me know in the comments down below if you want me to make one using metal or faux metal, I guess you could say, from Dollar Tree, and show you how to make some maybe galvanized angel wings. It's something that I'm thinking of making, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do a tutorial. So you guys let me know in the comments down below if you want me to make a tutorial on me making those galvanized angel wings. I'm going to give it an attempt. I'm not too sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I know I want to make some. So let me know in the comments down below, and I'll make sure I'll make that tutorial for you guys if you'd like. So just go ahead, and after you've added your larger greenery, add your bow to the center of your wings. And just adjust it and play with it. You're always going to be messing with this until you're completely done. At least I know I am. So just go ahead and add your bow to the center. And once you're happy with it, continue adding all the items to your wings. And you can add as much or as little as you like. I am adding now the pine cones that come with the same stem. And another trick is, if something is too large, go ahead and cut it. Cut it to the size that you need, and save the other parts or use the other parts for somewhere else. I just wanted a smaller piece of the pine cone, so what I did was just basically cut one of the pine cones that came with my stem, and I got 2 of them out of it. So just go ahead and start gluing your pine cones, or again, any items that you choose to add to your wings. I know this is a cotton ball that came with, or bud that came with the stem, so I'm going to make sure I add that to the center of my bow. And before I go any further, I wanted to start adding some of my Christmas ball ornaments. And as you can see, they're more of the chalk-like paint. And I don't know about you guys, but I've seen these around in different stores for quite a bit. And I know I'm going to do this with not just the mini Christmas ornaments from Dollar Tree. I've actually painted some of the larger ones as well for my Christmas tree. So once I've started adding some of the Christmas balls, I noticed that I wanted more greenery on my wings. So what I did was cut one of these garland twist ties that are the greenery that comes from Dollar Tree. And I just cut it in little pieces and started adding it throughout my entire bow area. Now, I didn't paint them white or spray paint any fake snow on them, but feel free to do that if you'd like. I like the way it looked with the contrast of some green and some of the white snow. And here I am adding my berries. And again, I'm just cutting the berries from the same stem and just using bits and pieces of it. So for this entire project, I just used the one stem for these wings, the one stem, and also one of the greenery garland twist ties. I'm also using some of these mini pine cones that come in that bag of the cinnamon scented pine cones. I have a few of them, and I love them because there's so many tiny ones, and they're perfect for like the little fillers of projects like this. You know, just that one little area that you want something, but you don't want anything too huge in that area. Here I am adding another stem. So again, just continue to add whatever you like, as much as you like, to your wings. And once you're happy, go ahead and add whatever you're going to add to the center, which in my case is this cotton ball bud. And last but not least, make sure you cut and trim your bow, the tips of your bows, just to give it more of that edge, the fine look and more completed look. And trim them and cut them anyway. I'm doing like the fishtail cut, but you can just cut them easily into a little angle, just to make sure there's no zigzags or what have you on your tips. And there you have it, some faux wooden angel wings. Now I wanted to show you, you can do the same thing and make it into a glam look, which I'm using in my master bathroom. So I went ahead and used some of this gray checkered blanket. And to be honest with you, this piece right here that I'm using for my angel wings, I actually had this extra piece from the project of my mitten tree skirt and the mitten stockings that I made. And I made 3 of the mitten stockings, and I'll link that tutorial up here above this tutorial if you want to go ahead and watch it after this one. But just go ahead and cut out a piece of that fabric, the shape of your angel wings, and then just glue it onto your wings. And again, I cut it a little bit larger than my actual wings themselves, so I can fold it over and glue it onto the back. So once you're finished gluing your blanket to your wings, go ahead and flip it over and then just choose whatever ribbons you like to use. I'm using some of this larger wired glitter ribbon, and be careful with this ribbon because this ribbon, the glitter does come off of it quite a bit, but it didn't bother me to see it on the wings themselves. But just make sure that you're in an area where you don't mind some glitter falling on. So just go ahead and make a bow any way you'd like. And along with this glitter ribbon, I'm going to use the smaller silver glitter ribbon. And what I'm going to do with these ribbons, the smaller ones that aren't wired, I'm going to go ahead and just cut a few pieces, trying to cut them the same size. And then I'm using the silver and also the white glitter that you can get at Dollar Tree right now in your Christmas area. And again, just cutting, trying to make them the same size and cutting just a few of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them, but just as many as you think, but because you can easily use these for another project. Once you're done cutting all the ribbons you want to use, what I do is just glue them together, just like this, attaching the ends together to make like loops, like a fake bow is what I call when I use these. And I glue them together, set them aside, and then I just glue them wherever I want. And then when you're done, it kind of looks like it's a bow, but they're just randomly glued everywhere. And I just add glue to the tips, and here you see me just adding them anywhere. They don't have to be side by side, next to each other or anything, just wherever you want to add your little extra piece of ribbon. And then I'm also going to use one of these silver flower stems. And the only greenery on this one is going to be the greenery that came with the stem that has, the leaves are also painted silver. So I figured I could use them and it wouldn't look too out of place. I'm also using some of the Christmas ornaments, using one of the silver ones and a few of the white ones that come in. The white ones are a little bit larger than the mini ones. But they come in like a tube. So I'm just going to add some of those. And then once you've added all that, go ahead and start adding what I call the smaller details, which are, for instance, right here are my little berries, some little diamond, plastic diamond shaped crystals that you can get at Dollar Tree right now. And even some snowflakes that I'm going to add on. And you'll see me just adding all these items on. And another thing, I knew I wanted to add this one white flower or poinsettia that I had. For some reason, I had one left over from another project, and I knew I wanted to use it in here somehow. So I went ahead and added that, and I'm so happy that I did add it on there because it did need something to contrast all the silver. So go ahead and just continue adding the smaller details. Here I am adding another one of my fake bow hoops. And like I said, you just add them anywhere. And this is the way it looks. And I thought it still needed a little bit more since it was going to be more of a glam look. So again, I added some snowflakes. These snowflakes, there's quite a bit of them in a box. I've used them for quite a few projects. So I'm just adding the extra ones that I had. I believe I used 3 of them on this project, and some of them I actually cut in half for this project. So this is the way the country theme woodland angel wings look, or farmhouse style. And this is my glam angel wings. So which one is your favorite? And which one do you think you might make? You guys let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.